I'm going to share with you some very important tips that you need to know when it comes to claiming your YouTube handle or really naming your YouTube channel. And the reason this is important is because as you progress through your YouTube journey, people are going to talk about you, you're going to be on podcasts, and all kinds of other opportunities are going to pop up where your YouTube channel name is going to be very important. And the information I'm getting ready to share with you is things that people don't really think about. So make sure you watch the entire video so you don't end up blowing it when it comes to your channel name. And hey, if this is your first time here, my name is Nick. I'd like to welcome you to the TubeSpanner channel where we help you get more views, subscribers, and revenue from the content you're already making. So if you're a content creator, make sure you subscribe. So when it comes to your YouTube handle or your YouTube channel name, the very first thing you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure while you're coming up with your names that you say them out loud. And look, I know this sounds crazy, but when you say it out loud versus thinking it, you are going to be able to identify some of the problems that we're going to be talking about here in just a second. So as you're coming up with names and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I think that might be one I'm going to use. Give it the old say it out loud test. And the reason this is important is because on your journey as a content creator, you're going to have all kinds of opportunities that pop up to where you're not necessarily going to be able to show your channel name. You're going to be telling people your channel name on podcasts and things like that. So it's really important to make sure that it's really easy for people to understand and that it's not confusing. Which brings me to the next tip, which is limit the use of numbers or words that sound like numbers in your channel name. For example, if your YouTube channel was travel tips for you, then in that particular case, you wouldn't know if when I say for you, if I was referencing the number 4 or if I was representing FOR or if I was trying to be clever and spelling it out as FOUR, which is of course, again, the number 4. This part is especially important when you're on podcasts and things like that in the future, but also when it comes to word of mouth, because people are going to be recommending your content to each other. And you want to make sure that when that happens, that it's really easy for people to remember it so that they can hop on YouTube and find you later without any confusion attached. Next, make it as short as possible. The reason you want to make it as short as possible is because, again, you want it to be really easy to remember. The less complicated it is, the better. Plus, if you get your YouTube channel first and then you start securing other social media accounts like Twitter, for example, they actually have limitations in the amount of characters that you can use in your name. The next tip is, if possible, if you know that you're going to commit to a certain genre or niche of content, then the next thing that you can do to add some clarity to what it is that you might be offering to people, it can also be helpful to add whatever the niche is to your actual channel name, as long as it doesn't muddy things up or make it confusing. So for example, if you do gaming content, then in that case, having gaming at the end of it just makes it a little bit more clear of exactly what somebody can expect when they come to your YouTube channel. This is helpful all over YouTube. And of course, when people are talking about you and people are trying to remember your channel name and exactly what it is that you do. Now, one question I get all of the time is, should I use my real name? Should I use a stage name? Or should I use a brand name? When it comes to that choice, there's of course a lot of nuance involved, but I'm going to give you some insights into the advantages or disadvantages of all of them. First is your real name. If you use your real name, you're going to open you up to privacy issues. I've ran into this one personally and figured it out the hard way. Next up is a stage name. So if you decide to go with a stage name, the same exact thing applies. Just make sure that it's something that is easy to remember. And when it comes to a stage name or using your real name, if you build your entire channel around that, then down the road, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to bring other people on to present content for you or something like that once your channel ends up being huge. So you want to make sure that you're considering that when it comes to using a personal name or a stage name. But if you are someone that is trying to grow your personal brand, then in that particular case, using your name is a fantastic way to do it. And then we have brand names. When it comes to brand names, the real advantage is that it opens you up in a lot of different ways. So for example, if you want to have other people come on at any time and start making content with you or for you, you can do that. If you want to grow the brand on and off of YouTube into something that is sellable and then sell it later down the road, you can do that. But the downside of a brand name is that people are going to know you as the person behind the brand name. So for example, oh, hey, look, it's that person from the TubeSpanner channel. Hey, I've got a name, it's Nick. You get the idea. So if that's important to you, then in that case, that's just something you want to make sure that you're considering when you're deciding on using your real name, a stage name, name or a brand name. The next thing you want to make sure you're considering when it comes to choosing your handle or coming up with your YouTube channel name is you want to make sure that it is available across everything else. There's a tool that I use for this. It's not perfect, but it gives you a good start. It's called Namecheck, NAMECHK.com. I'll put a link to that down in the description. But with that particular tool, it just makes it easy to look across all the social media platforms and make sure that you can reserve the name that you want for your YouTube channel. But if you can't, and it is already taken in these other places, you can add things to the end of it like YT or official or something like that, just to separate it a little bit from those other names and make it more unique to you. And look, if you're watching this video, there's a really good chance you're a newer content creator. We have a series of videos about setting up your YouTube channel properly to make sure that you're not missing anything. I recommend that you click into this playlist right here so you can check that out. You can go ahead and do that now, and I'll see you over in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.